Hello guys, well today I'm going to be showing you how to make the Cyborg Justice League effect thanks to the request of a YouTube channel named In a Flash.
Yeah, come on, flat top, come moving up solar, he got juju
The Cyborg effect. Well, I had a cyborg character that you can see over a couple that you can see over here. I had that character from the website called Blend Swap right here, and you can just, if you search cyborg 3D model online, you'll probably find the same model as I did. Well, not this model, I just adjusted it a bit in Blender, because when you find the kind of the same model, you'll probably still have a head over here, but like you can see, you can pretty much see it. I just selected this object. Also, Blender is a free software. I imported in this, so it's a free software. Oops. So it's free software. You can just download it online. It doesn't give any viruses or anything like that. Now this is the new update from Blender. Well, and if you also want what I had, which is you want half of the face of yourself and half of the face of the cyborg / robot, and you can just go to edit mode over here. It's probably an object mode where you are. Go to edit mode over here. You can just select one of those things, so you can move them like this. But if you probably won't want this because it looks kind of weird. But if you click delete, it makes you choose a lot. Well, I just choose randomly most of the time. I just choose verticals, and like you see, it lets go of a big piece, like all of it almost, and then it would take a long time doing this. So what I did, if you select B, you're gonna get this kind of thing. Just click with your mouse and do like this, and then boom, you can just delete the whole thing, and that's way easier to do. Then if you then click add, go to mesh, plane, and then click that one. Like you see, you have, it's just a little thing and it looks ugly, but it's okay. It's just, this thing, I'm gonna make it kind of a green screen in the real world. So when you go to this, then rotation, find the right rotation, do it 90 degrees like you see. Yeah, I know a little bit of math. I hate math. I'm really bad at it. So yeah, and if you can scale it up like this. That's easy. I used to do it just like with this thing and like that, but this is way easier if you need like big stuff. And it's okay to have big stuff because the camera only sees a part of it. Then go to here, click new. You have a material, and also this is cyclist render, and if you just want Blender render, you can easily do that too, but I did in cyclist render. Alright, then click this, and then just click green. Also, this thing doesn't have the same color as it is downloaded. Also, you can see kind of it's messed up over here, but when you go to the camera view, you can barely see it, so that's okay. But I made this also the kind of color I thought Cyborg looked like a little. Well, and that's the Blender part. And then I just saved it over here, click accept. Then I most of the time do animation, because when I do render, I can't seem to find any of it back. So yeah, I do animation, but you can easily do render probably. Now I'm just gonna go over to After Effects. And like you see, this is a big cyborg, and the reason I'm having this mask over here is pretty straightforward reason. Just let me turn it off. Is because, well, kinda, if I just show you and delete the mask, you can see that that's a part where I forgot to do the green screen part, and I just had a gray area all over it, so I masked it out. But it would have been way easier if I just went back to Blender, added a green screen and rendered that, but I'm lazy sometimes, and I just did the mask, and that's the reason why it kinda looks bad, because I also needed to do mask better with a mask, and when you do it, just do a green screen, you won't need to do it, so yours will probably look a little better than me. Well, if you see, if I just scroll a little over here, no, not that part, you can see that sometimes my character rotates, you know, and it moves a little, if you see. And also his head moves over here. And if I just turn this off, you can see that I kind of move that way, but not really. The thing I did to make it myself a little easier is I just, you know, oh sorry, I just did this and I just added a pin tool. No, I don't think it's called pin tool. No. Oh, yeah, it's called puppet pin tool, but I added a puppet pin tool. And if I show you that over here, by effects puppet, you can see all of those things. And you don't need to click anything to animate them, because but you don't need to click anything to animate this. You can just scroll on along to the timeline, like you see, it automatically makes the animation, so that's pretty cool, at least if you need it. But I didn't move this thing just how my body did it. I just did it so it would cover my body and you won't see my body. So, and if you want a lot of movement in it or something like that, you can see my face over there, but if you want a lot of movement in it or anything like that, I'm sorry, and I know I'm hyping the TED animation tutorial a lot, but you need to watch that tutorial and get a rigged cyborg character for motion capture, because that's kind of the same as the tattoo animation tutorial, but this is just for the people that don't really know how to do motion capture or don't have the things to do it. So yeah, well, like you see, I animated this with a pen tool, just scrolling around, you know, moving and rotating it a bit to cover up my body. What I did then, because, well, you know, like here you see over here, where the hell is your face, dude? But what I did then is, if you see this, you see my face, don't you? Yeah, you do. But I copied this thing, no, not that thing, I copied my body and masked out my face, put that above the cyborg character, and just, you know, feather that thing out a lot, really, but not too much. And I animated this to kind of fit the movement of my cyborg character too. When I think of it, it would have been a little easier if I just grabbed one of that, just grabbed, you know, only this part and masked it out. But, you know, when I think of it, that would have been easier, but that's not the case that I did, so yeah. It's amazing. And I also made a mask around this. If I turn this on, you can see it covers my face. So I attached that to my cyborg character thingy, and now it just moves the same way as, you know, the robot suit does. So that's amazing. Well, that's the first step, and you know, okay. But after that step, the thing you need to do is, like you see over here, I added a lot of stuff. Yeah, I did. Well, if I just turn this off and that too, I just click layer new solid. I added a black solid. That isn't black, this is black. I added a black solid, and on that solid, if you just take a look over here, and if I just turn this on, you can see the little, no you can't, okay. On that solid, I added a curves, just messed with everything on the curves. No, okay, not with everything, come on. I only messed with blue because this is the thing that needs to be blue. Then I added an edge glow, a glow, just mess around with those settings, because just to your likings, you know, to your likings. And like you see, when you add all of that, you get this. And I just did the same with the, I just did the same. Come on. And I just did the same with the eye, like you see over here. I can move this around. Wow. But I can move that around. I just did kind of the same things to make it light up. I added a CC light rays, changed the color to a red color. I also added a glow, messed around with those settings a bit. And then I just feathered both of those things, both 3 of those things. And I animated them too, to just move the way I did. And then I pre-composed everything over here. And I added a GURS, color corrected it all together, just to make it look good in my mind. And if you look like that, if you look at that, then, well, you have your cyborg effect. And like you see, I had some, you know, kind of deleted scenes, I would call them. That's just because I'm moving a lot, so that's why I'm also saying don't move a lot with the cyborg effect, because it's gonna be hard to animate, and sometimes it's gonna look real fake. But yeah, well, that's the effect. Well, thank you for watching. If you like my video, if you like this tutorial, finally a tutorial again after so much months. But if you liked my video and if you like this tutorial, you can just, you know, subscribe to my channel to get more of visual effects tutorials. I also make reviews for movies, and I do some reaction videos, not a little reaction videos, not much, but I do them too. And sometimes I make fanmade trailers, so you can check that out too. And, you know, tutorials, like I said. So if you have a tutorial to request, just put it down in the comments. And I'm still working on the tattoo tutorial, yes, still. And that won't be the next tutorial. Probably I'll first do the Ben 10 tutorial that you requested to in the flesh, and then I will probably do the tattoo if it's the tat effect if it's done. So yeah, well, thank you for watching and bye.
Shoot, go.